So, THFC. I was just listening to Thomas Frank's post-match interview. I think it's called that. And he's talking about the injuries and the results over the last 5 games, Liverpool, etc., Crystal Palace. And there was good performances. But we've only managed to get 5 points where we could have possibly got 9 to 10 points. And I just think to myself, do you know what? He doesn't even talk a good game. Do you know what I mean? At least some of the previous managers, they talked a good game. So even if they wasn't doing well, the way they spoke, it would have you believing in something. And Thomas Frank don't have me believing in anything. Do you know what I mean? And what keeps coming back to my mind is something what Ange Postecoglou said. He said, I don't just want to win a trophy. I want to build a stable, structured team. And he was on the verge of doing that. And yet, again, the board decided to sack the only manager that's won a trophy for us in 17 years. But we've passed that. I really don't see Thomas Frank changing this. I really don't see him doing anything better. He's had a very good caliber of players come to this squad, and he hasn't seemed to get the better out of them, which sends out alarm bells to me. And I just really don't see a way forward. I try to stay positive. I try to be uplifting, think uplifting, and this man just gives me nothing. You know? Like, I mean, we're in 7 days into the transfer window and we've had nothing come through. But we've had one player leave. He was arguably the best player. And even when I think about it and look back at it, Thomas Frank's first season, he allowed our best player to leave, Heung-min Son. Now, most managers would have said, what will it take for me to keep you for at least one more season? Yeah? And now that I think about it, Son was the spine. Son was the one that the younger players looked up to and said, you know what? I want to replicate this man. I want to do for the club what this man has done for the club. I want to do better. He was the glue. He might not have spoke the best English, but I have no doubt every single player in that squad will feel comfortable coming to talk to him, getting information, and I'm sure he knew how to motivate and uplift some of these players. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Christian Romero can't do that or won't do that. But Romero seems to be a player that he has to be happy for you to get the best out of him. And I'm not seeing that right now. And then, now we're in a situation where you can't just take the captaincy from him and give it to, who could I say, Mickey van de Ven or Paulinho. I think Paulinho should really be the captain because he plays with emotion, he plays with heart, he plays with fight. He leaves his body on the line. He leaves everything on the pitch. And if we had maybe 2 or 3 more players like him, this will be a completely different team. You know? But we're back at the same old story. Levy's gone. The punching bag is gone. Who's to take the blame now? The owners, we never see them at any game. We never see them say anything or do anything. They just like to take in the money. And we've got to change that. But the sad thing is, it's going to take a lot to remove these owners and get new owners in. And even with new owners coming in, that's still going to take 2 to 3 seasons to create the change that we want. But who knows, man? It's just a sad, sad case, man. Sad, sad case. There's only 2 people I can see changing this round. And that's Harry Redknapp or Ange Postecoglou. Because they have very much similarities. They are they are people's people, and they know how to get the best out of people that's not that good, just by the way they speak and the words what they say. But that's enough for me. As always, come on THFC.